Alright YouTube, we're back here on the channel, and today I'm going to be doing something completely different on the channel. I'm probably going to make more of these, and if you guys have ideas for characters you guys want in this game, you guys can go onto my Discord or even in the comments, put their skills, their names, their type, all that stuff, their passive, whatever, right? And then I'll make a video putting your name that's what you want. So as you see from the title, this is basically units that I want in the game. Now, note there's 4 units I put out in this specific video. We have 4 units. 2 of these units are not out in the game, but they're in story on JP. So this is like a JP global video, mainly JP, because these are going to come out on JP first. But yes, the first 2 units you guys are going to see are already in the game, as you see by the name, Sariel and Terranol. It's Terra, whatever, right? So they're in the game. I already have their skills, and then their passive is unknown, and then their grace is what I have made myself. And then you guys will see, right? So Blue Sariel, right? His first skills, I don't have a title for like the names. They can name it themselves, right? If they ever do this, or they're going to, but I don't know the name, right? Inflicts damage equal to 100% of attack on all enemies. Right, same thing, rank 2, but disables buffs and debuff skills for 1 turn. And then rank 3, it's 180%, and then disables buffs and debuff skills for 2 turns. Right, this is remind these skills are already for this unit. Like they already put these skills for that unit, right? Then his second skill is inflicts damage equal to 240% on 1 attack of an enemy. Then he does it at rank 2, it's 300% and fills ultimate gauge orb by 1, and rank 3 it's 500% and fills ultimate gauge orb by 2. So that's that. His passive is unknown, and his grace, I actually thought this one makes probably the most sense for his grace, I feel like. But grace, what I want it to be for 2 to 3 turns, or 2 or 3 turns, Sariel grants a taunt. An enemy takes 20 to 50% damage back when Sariel is attacked. Now, the 20 to 50%, they choose a number obviously between that if they do decide to do something like this. And the reason why I say they take damage back, because if you guys watch the anime, every time like Monspeed or Fraudrin went to go attack Sariel, they were taking damage and Sariel was not getting hurt, right? They were the ones who actually took the damage, and he was not getting hurt. That's why I think it's great. It's a good idea if they also grant a taunt, so that they do take damage for the first 2 turns. But then that grace would kind of make him kind of broken, right? But yeah, I'm gonna have their pictures on the sides or something, so you guys know who I'm talking about. Then Blue Termiel, right? Blue Termiel. I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name right. Right, these are already in the game. Besides his grace, which is what I want. So inflicts rupture, which rupture is double damage against buffed enemies, right? And increases equal damage to 180% on rank 1, on rank 2 270%, and on rank 3 450% of an attack on one enemy, right? And then his rank 2, or his second skill, is actually the same as Goddess Ellie's, where he creates a barrier around all allies equal to 150% of an attack for 1 turn, and when attacked, no bonus damage effect will be applied except rupture, basically. And then on rank 2 it's 200 for 1 turn again, and then rank 3 is 300 for 2 turns. His passive is unknown. Again, they didn't decide a passive for him, and I didn't want to create one for him because they probably already have. And then his grace, what I want it to be, Terminal evades all attacks, Terminal evades the first attacks from enemies at the start of each turn. Now what that means is every time a turn starts, if he gets attacked, he evades it for the first time. Like, so let's say I'm using him and then I'm fighting like King Brum. If King goes to attack him with a Petrify, he dodges it, but then if Hellbrim attacks him, he takes damage. Reason why I'm doing this, because in the anime, when Derriere and was it Galland? When Derriere and Galland, I'm gonna say, when they went to attack him, he has 3 heads, right? So the other 2 heads on the sides were blocking them from him. Like, they were basically blocking them from attacking him, right? Every time they went to do an attack. So I feel like that makes the most sense for Grace. Or even his passive, right? I don't know. And then we have Red King Gloccinia. You guys probably know where I'm going with this now, for who the next character is. But we have Red King Gloccinia. Now, this is obviously when Gloccinia and Draw teleported Diane and King into that little mystery cave, and then had them go back 3,000 years to go live their life and see if they can pass their quote-unquote test, right? So, rank, this is this. Now, this right here is what I want, right? Like the skill 1 and 2 and the passive is what I want. So skill 1 inflicts damage equal to 220% of one enemy. At rank 2 does the same thing but disables attacks for 1 turn. And this oh, this is supposed to say rank 3. Hold on. At rank 3, disables it. So for rank 1 and 2, it's 220. But at rank 2, it disables an attack attack skills for 1 turn, and at rank 3, it's 360 and disables attack skills for 2 turns. Now, why this makes sense is because if you guys watched it when Diane, or when King Gloccinia, Diane, Draw, not like them together, like when King was in Gloccinia's body and Diane was in Draw's body, and Meliodas and Goddess Ellie were there, King actually summoned the Gloccinia's guardian, I forgot his name, guardian thing, and then he actually sealed the arms of the 10 commandment that Draw replaced, right? Which causes him no longer to attack. So that obviously makes the most sense. Now, skill 2 inflicts despair, which recovers 15% of diminished HP, equal to 100% of an attack on all enemies. Is it when he crits? I think it's when he crits. If not, then that's what it is. Why this makes sense is because, well, I guess I wanted it to, like, I wanted his second skill to be like an AoE attack, but also a healing card. But maybe they could make it that inflicts diminished HP to all allies, from all enemies or something like that. But if not, this is probably what I feel like would be best. It's like not the second skill. The first skill probably makes the most sense, but the second skill is just what I felt like would be best, because Gloccinia is like more of a, not more of a, but he's like half attacking, half support, healing, right? So that makes sense. And then his passive, what I want it to be, he grants a shield to himself of diminished HP from the last turn for 35% of the attack at the start of each turn. So what that means is, let's say I do like 100k damage to King, right? He will give himself a shield. It does not stack. I should actually add that, because then that would just be broken. Because if you bring a taunt unit, that would just be broken. It does not stack, right? Does not stack. So basically, every time he loses HP, he gets a shield, right? So I guess you could say that passive is kind of broken, but it's like, that's what it is. So if they do 100k damage to him, he gets a shield of like 35k, right? Just think of it like that, right? I guess you could say it like that. He gets a shield of 35k. This passive doesn't, I don't really know why I decided to do this passive. I guess you could say it relates to Water of Life, the droplet, rose, whatever it was called. And yeah, and then for the final unit, we have Red Diane Draw. So this is again what I want. So for the first skill, they inflict amplify damage, damage equal to 180% of an enemy. Amplify obviously being 30% per buff they have. Rank 2 is 270%, and rank 3 is 450%. Their second skill is actually, let me just do this so you guys don't see the passive yet. Okay, rank 2 is taunt enemies and increases defense related stats by 80% for 3 turns, and then 120% for 3 turns, and then and then 200% for 3 turns as well. This is the same thing as small tank Diane. Obviously because it's Draw, when the commandment, or I forgot his name, but the commandment Draw replaced, when he attacked Diane, said her defense was way higher than what it used to be. So this probably makes the most sense. And then the passive I would like is the same thing as Red Derrieres, but instead of attack, it's defense. So increases defense by 10% when a hero uses a skill, but the buff goes away when no skills are used for that turn. The limit is 10. I was thinking of maybe that defense could drop, but that would just hurt him or hurt the unit more instead. So I think this might be good. So this is actually going to be pretty, if this does happen, it's probably not going to happen, but if this was a card, this would probably be very, very, very broken, because again, amplify damage, it just depends on their stats, right? So These are the units that these two, again, these are already in the game and these are already their skills, but their grace is what I think makes the most sense, especially for Sariel. Right, I think that makes the most sense, but they could do something completely different. So they probably will do something completely different, but yeah, these are the units I want in the game for right now. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you guys have any characters that are not in the game that you want in the game, you guys can go to the Discord and let me know in my DMs or in the comments and tell me what you want the character to have, right? What's his typing, their passive, if they are one of the archangels, what's their grace, if they're a commandment, what's their commandment, and their skills, right? And also I don't have their ultimate here. I actually forgot that now that I'm thinking of it. I forgot their ults, but maybe next time I'll put ults, right? It'll probably be, you guys already know, right? So again, like I said, if you guys have any ideas of characters you want, message me on Discord or in the description down below. Road to 400 subscribers. I'm Zioxis, and I am out of here. Later. Peace.